Um, well, it's hard to narrow it down to just one, but I would say the finance class with our now the new executive director, Dr. Michael Orlando. That was one of my favorite. I also did appreciate the advanced finance class. Um, I've been on a trading desk for a few years now, and that actually helped me kind of get up to speed to get into that role. So that advanced finance class, I also really appreciated to learn, um, some more details on the trading side of things. And then one of the most interesting classes was an HR class with Dr. Stephen Say, but I'd say those were my three. I will to give you a top three maybe.
That's all good.
But yeah, and then the HR is like very applicable, of course, some of the maybe other classes are, really necessary for the energy industry, but I think to be an energy leader, um, for this program, like an HR class is really eye-opening to how important that is from a human resources perspective.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. Eric, does anything come to mind for you? You're muted, Eric.
Yeah, I think it's hard to decide. There were a bunch of really great professors, really great classes. Jason mentioned a couple that certainly ring true to me. I'd say maybe one of them that wasn't mentioned is the managerial accounting. I think that was with Professor Gary Hapkin, and he one I think was a great example of bringing real world energy projects and examples to an accounting class that could otherwise just be about counting widgets. And so super relevant to the energy industry, and otherwise Professor Hapkin had a lot of really interesting stories, both about kind of day-to-day being in the office and also some adventurous stories of getting to the office and otherwise some of his kind of personal slash professional experiences of working around the world in interesting different countries in the energy business. So certainly the accounting one was interesting, and otherwise Professor Herbert Rubenstein was the capstone strategy project at the end that I really enjoyed. And also I went with him to the London and Washington, D.C. trip, which were both great experiences.